Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I just finished shuffling my deck, and honestly, the energy coming through right now is absolutely electric. I kept getting this persistent feeling that someone out there has been wondering about your unstoppable nature. Like there are people in your orbit who are genuinely curious about what makes you tick, what drives you, and why nothing seems to slow you down for long. So today, we're diving deep into this question that's been floating around in the collective consciousness about you specifically. They want to know why you can't be stopped. And trust me, the cards have so much to say about this. Let me start by saying that as I was shuffling, 3 cards practically jumped out of the deck. The energy was insistent, almost impatient to get this message across. It's like your guides and the universe itself want people to understand something fundamental about your character and your path. All right, let's see what's coming through. The first card that demanded attention is the 8 of Pentacles. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 8 of Pentacles is traditionally about craftsmanship and skill development. But here's what's fascinating about this card in your reading today. It's not just about the work you do, it's about how you approach everything in your life. This card is revealing that your unstoppable nature comes from your relationship with mastery itself. You don't just learn things, you absorb them. You don't just practice, you refine. There's this almost obsessive quality to how you improve yourself, but it's not neurotic or self-critical. It's more like you have this internal compass that always points toward better, toward more refined, toward excellence. People around you notice this because it's actually quite rare. Most people learn something to a functional level and then plateau. But you keep going. Even when you've mastered something, you find new layers, new depths, new ways to approach it. It's like you're constantly excavating potential from everything you touch. What makes this even more compelling is that you do this almost unconsciously. It's not like you sit down and decide to be excellent at something. It just happens naturally because your system is wired to seek refinement. This is why people can't figure out how to stop you. They're trying to apply external pressure to someone whose momentum comes from an internal engine that never stops running. The 8 of Pentacles here is also showing me that your unstoppable quality isn't about aggression or force. It's about consistency and dedication that borders on the spiritual. You treat your growth like a sacred practice, even when you don't realize you're doing it. Moving to the second card that jumped out, and this one surprised me, the 4 of Cups. Now, traditionally, this card is about apathy or missed opportunities, but in the context of why you can't be stopped, it's revealing something completely different and honestly quite profound. The 4 of Cups here is showing me that your unstoppable nature comes partly from your ability to be emotionally untouchable in the best possible way. Not emotionally unavailable or cold, but emotionally self-contained. You have this incredible capacity to remain centered and focused, regardless of what emotional drama or chaos might be swirling around you. People try to distract you with their opinions, their projections, their attempts to make you doubt yourself or your path, and you're just sitting there like this serene figure, completely unaffected. It's not that you don't care or that you're insensitive. It's that you have this remarkable ability to stay connected to your own inner guidance system without being swayed by external emotional turbulence. This card is also revealing that you have a very sophisticated relationship with contentment. Most people are either restless and always wanting more, or they're complacent and settling for less. But you have this ability to be deeply content with where you are while simultaneously being open to growth and expansion. It's like you've solved this paradox that most people struggle with their entire lives. The 4 of Cups is showing me that people find you unstoppable because you can't be manipulated through emotional leverage. They can't make you jealous, insecure, angry, or desperate enough to abandon your path. You're just moving forward at your own pace, guided by your own inner wisdom, completely immune to the emotional games that stop most people in their tracks. The third card that practically leapt from the deck is the Hermit. And, oh my goodness, this is where things get really interesting. The hermit traditionally represents introspection and seeking inner wisdom, but in your reading, it's revealing the deepest layer of why you're truly unstoppable. This card is showing me that you have access to a source of guidance and wisdom that most people either don't know exists or don't know how to tap into. You're not just moving through life reactively or based on what society tells you to do. You're being guided from within by something much more profound and reliable than external circumstances. The hermit here represents your ability to go inward and find answers, find direction, find strength that doesn't depend on anyone or anything outside of yourself. This is why people find you so fascinating and sometimes intimidating. You're not looking to them for validation, direction, or permission. You're consulting with your own inner authority and then acting from that place. What's really beautiful about this card in your reading is that it's showing me you've learned to trust this inner guidance completely. Most people have intuition and inner wisdom, but they doubt it, second-guess it, override it with logic or fear. But you've developed this incredible relationship with your inner knowing where you actually follow it. The hermit is also revealing that your unstoppable nature is deeply spiritual, even if you don't think of yourself as a particularly spiritual person. You're connected to something larger than yourself, and that connection provides you with inexhaustible strength and direction. It's like having an internal GPS system that never fails and never leads you astray. Now, let me pull some additional cards to get even deeper into this energy because I feel like there are more layers to explore. The next card coming through is the King of Wands, and this makes perfect sense in the context of your unstoppable nature. The King of Wands represents mastery of personal power and creative energy. But what's significant about this card appearing in your reading is that it's showing me you've learned how to wield your power in a way that's both effective and sustainable. You're not burning yourself out with manic energy or trying to force things to happen through sheer willpower. Instead, you have this mature, confident relationship with your own capabilities. You know what you're capable of, you trust your abilities, and you apply your energy strategically rather than wastefully. This is why people can't stop you. You're not operating from desperation or fear or the need to prove something. You're operating from a place of quiet confidence and mastery. The King of Wands is also showing me that you inspire others through your example rather than through words or persuasion. People watch how you move through the world, how you handle challenges, how you stay focused on your goals, and they're both inspired and intimidated by your level of self-possession. This card is revealing that your unstoppable quality has a regal aspect to it. Not arrogant or superior, but dignified and self-contained. You carry yourself like someone who knows their worth and doesn't need external validation to confirm it. This kind of energy is magnetic and powerful, and it makes people curious about your secret. The fifth card coming through is Three of Swords. And I know this might seem contradictory given that we're talking about your unstoppable nature, but hear me out because this card is revealing something incredibly profound. The Three of Swords traditionally represents heartbreak and emotional pain, but in your reading, it's showing me that your unstoppable nature has been forged through difficulty. You've experienced real loss, real disappointment, real heartbreak, and instead of being broken by it, you've been refined by it. This card is showing me that you've developed this incredible ability to transform pain into strength, setbacks into wisdom, and losses into opportunities for growth. Most people get stopped by major disappointments or failures. They interpret these experiences as evidence that they should give up or that success isn't meant for them. But you process these experiences completely differently. The Three of Swords here represents your ability to feel pain fully, process it completely, and then extract the wisdom and strength from it without carrying the bitterness or victimhood. It's like you have this incredible emotional alchemy where you can turn lead into gold, where you can take the most difficult experiences and transform them into fuel for your continued growth and success. This is actually one of the most powerful aspects of your unstoppable nature. People can't break you because you've already been broken and learned how to put yourself back together stronger than before. You've developed immunity to the kind of setbacks that stop most people cold. The sixth card emerging is Two of Pentacles, and this card is absolutely perfect for explaining another crucial aspect of why you can't be stopped. The Two of Pentacles represents balance and adaptability, but in your reading, it's revealing something much more sophisticated about how you navigate life. This card shows me that you have this incredible ability to juggle multiple priorities, opportunities, and challenges without dropping any of them. But more importantly, you do this with a sense of playfulness and ease that most people find impossible to maintain under pressure. The Two of Pentacles is showing me that your unstoppable nature comes partly from your flexibility. When one path gets blocked, you don't sit there trying to force your way through. You simply adjust, adapt, and find another route. When circumstances change, you change with them. When new opportunities arise, you can incorporate them without abandoning your core objectives. This adaptability is incredibly powerful because it means you're never truly stuck. Most people get stopped when their specific plan doesn't work out exactly as they envisioned, but you're not attached to any particular method or timeline. You're committed to your destination, but you're completely flexible about the journey. The Two of Pentacles is also revealing that you have this rare ability to find opportunity in chaos. While other people are overwhelmed by complexity or multiple demands on their attention, you thrive in these conditions. It's like you're wired to see patterns and possibilities that others miss when things get complicated. Our seventh card is the Page of Swords, and this is such an interesting addition to your reading. The Page of Swords traditionally represents curiosity and mental agility, but in the context of your unstoppable nature, it's revealing something fascinating about how your mind works. This card shows me that you have this insatiable intellectual curiosity that keeps you constantly learning, growing, and evolving. You're not just curious about things that directly relate to your goals or interests. You're genuinely curious about everything, and this broad spectrum curiosity keeps feeding your growth in ways that others can't predict or replicate. The Page of Swords is showing me that your unstoppable nature is partly intellectual. You can't be stopped because you're always learning, always adapting your understanding, always incorporating new information and perspectives. This makes you incredibly difficult to predict or counter because you're constantly evolving your approach based on new knowledge and insights. What's particularly powerful about this card in your reading is that it shows you maintain this beginner's mind even as you become more successful and experienced. Most people become more rigid and set in their ways as they achieve mastery. But you stay curious, open, and willing to learn from anyone and anything. The Page of Swords is also revealing that you have this ability to cut through confusion and get to the heart of matters quickly. When others are paralyzed by complexity or conflicting information, you can synthesize and find clarity. This mental agility is a huge part of what makes you unstoppable. You don't get bogged down in analysis paralysis or overwhelmed by too much information. The eighth card coming through is Nine of Cups, and this card is absolutely beautiful in the context of your unstoppable energy. The Nine of Cups is traditionally the wish fulfillment card, representing satisfaction and emotional contentment. But in your reading, it's showing something deeper about your relationship with success and achievement. This card reveals that you have this incredible ability to appreciate and enjoy your wins without becoming complacent. Most people either don't allow themselves to fully enjoy their successes, or they get so comfortable with achievement that they lose their drive. But you've found this perfect balance where you can celebrate your victories and use them as fuel for even greater achievements. The Nine of Cups is showing me that your unstoppable nature is supported by genuine gratitude and appreciation for how far you've come. You're not driven by a sense of lack or desperation to prove something. You're driven by appreciation for your capabilities and excitement about what else might be possible. This card is also revealing that you have this wonderful ability to manifest what you want, through a combination of focused intention and emotional alignment. You don't just set goals intellectually, you align your entire being with what you want to create. This creates this magnetic pull that draws opportunities, resources, and support toward you in ways that seem almost magical to observers. The Nine of Cups here represents your ability to maintain high vibration and positive expectation even when facing challenges or setbacks. This emotional resilience is incredibly powerful, and it's part of what makes you truly unstoppable. You bounce back from disappointments quickly and return to a state of optimism and possibility. Our ninth card is the Ace of Swords. And wow, this card is bringing such powerful energy to your reading. The Ace of Swords represents breakthrough, clarity, and new beginnings at the mental level. But in your reading, it's revealing something profound about how you generate momentum and break through barriers. This card shows me that you have this incredible ability to cut through confusion, limitations, and obstacles with pure mental clarity and focused intention. When you decide something needs to change, or when you set your sights on a new goal, there's this laser-like quality to your focus that just cuts through everything that might normally stop someone else. The Ace of Swords is revealing that your unstoppable nature is connected to your relationship with truth and clarity. You're not interested in self-deception, excuses, or comfortable lies. You want to see things as they really are, even when the truth is uncomfortable, because you know that clarity is power. This card is also showing me that you have this remarkable ability to have breakthrough moments that completely shift your trajectory. Just when others think they have you figured out, or when circumstances seem to be limiting your options, you have these flashes of insight or inspiration that open up entirely new possibilities. The Ace of Swords represents your ability to start fresh whenever you need to. You're not held back by past failures, outdated strategies, or other people's limitations of what's possible for you. When you get this inner knowing that it's time for a new approach or a new beginning, you can just cut away everything that's no longer serving you and start again with complete confidence. The 10th card in our reading is Six of Wands, and this card perfectly captures how others perceive your unstoppable nature. The Six of Wands traditionally represents victory and public recognition, but in your reading, it's showing something specific about how your success impacts and influences others. This card reveals that your achievements and your way of being in the world actually inspire others to believe more is possible for them too. You're not just unstoppable in your own life, you're helping raise the bar for what others think is achievable. Your success creates permission for others to dream bigger and reach higher. The Six of Wands is showing me that people are drawn to your energy because you embody possibility. When they're around you or when they observe your journey, they start to believe that maybe they could accomplish more than they previously thought. This is why some people find you intimidating, while others find you incredibly inspiring. This card is also revealing that your unstoppable nature creates a ripple effect. Your refusal to accept limitations or settle for less than your potential doesn't just impact your own life. It challenges others to examine their own self-imposed limitations and excuses. The Six of Wands here represents the leadership aspect of your unstoppable nature. Whether you realize it or not, you're leading by example. You're showing others what's possible when someone commits fully to their growth and refuses to be stopped by conventional limitations or other people's doubts. Our final card, and this is so perfect, is the Chariot. I know I mentioned earlier that we'd avoid obvious cards, but the Chariot appeared with such strong energy that I couldn't ignore it, and the message it's bringing is actually quite unexpected and profound. The Chariot traditionally represents willpower and determination, but in your reading, it's revealing something much more sophisticated about how you direct and channel your energy. This card shows me that your unstoppable nature isn't about bulldozing through obstacles or forcing your will upon the world. Instead, it's about this incredible ability to harness and direct opposing forces in service of your goals. The Chariot is showing me that you understand something fundamental about energy and momentum that most people never grasp. You know how to work with resistance rather than against it. You know how to use obstacles as stepping stones. You know how to transform opposition into opportunity. This card reveals that you have mastery over both your conscious and unconscious drives. Most people are pulled in different directions by conflicting desires, fears, and impulses, but you've learned to align all aspects of yourself, your conscious goals, your unconscious motivations, your emotions, your instincts, in one unified direction. The Chariot is also showing me that your unstoppable nature is ultimately about integration and wholeness. You're not trying to be someone you're not or force yourself into a mold that doesn't fit. You've learned to work with your natural strengths, temperament, and inclinations in a way that creates unstoppable momentum. Let me take a moment to synthesize what these 11 cards are telling us about why you can't be stopped, because when you look at them together, they paint this incredible picture of someone who has developed mastery over all the key areas that typically stop most people. From the Eight of Pentacles, we see your commitment to continuous refinement and excellence that comes from internal drive rather than external pressure. The Four of Cups shows your emotional immunity to distraction and manipulation. The Hermit reveals your connection to inner wisdom and guidance that never fails you. The King of Wands demonstrates your mature relationship with personal power and strategic use of energy. The Three of Swords shows how you transform pain into strength rather than being broken by difficulty. The Two of Pentacles reveals your adaptability and ability to find opportunity in chaos. The Page of Swords represents your intellectual curiosity and mental agility that keeps you constantly evolving. The Nine of Cups shows your ability to appreciate success without becoming complacent. The Ace of Swords reveals your capacity for breakthrough and fresh starts whenever needed. The Six of Wands demonstrates how your unstoppable nature inspires and elevates others. And the Chariot shows your mastery of integration and working with rather than against the forces in your life. When you combine all these qualities, you get someone who is genuinely unstoppable not through force or aggression, but through this incredible integration of wisdom, resilience, adaptability, focus, and alignment with their deepest truth and highest potential. People want to know your secret because they can see that you operate from a completely different paradigm than most people. You're not stopped by the things that stop everyone else because you've developed capabilities and perspectives that transcend normal limitations. Your unstoppable nature isn't about being perfect or never experiencing challenges. It's about having developed this incredible toolkit for navigating life that allows you to transform any situation into fuel for your continued growth and success. The cards are saying that people find you fascinating because you represent what's possible when someone commits fully to their own evolution and refuses to accept that limitations are permanent or insurmountable. You can't be stopped because you've learned the secret that everything, every challenge, every setback, every opportunity, every success is just raw material for your continued growth and expansion. You've become unstoppable by learning to work with life rather than against it, and by staying connected to your own inner authority and wisdom. I hope this reading has given you some insight into why people are so curious about your unstoppable nature. You truly are operating from a different level of mastery and integration than most people, and that's both inspiring and intriguing to those around you. Thanks for joining me today, and remember, your unstoppable nature isn't just a personal gift, it's also a gift to everyone whose life you touch by showing them what's truly possible.